seen the storms rolling, but the sun came back again. They said, boy, you won't make it. The Most High said different. Why I said amen. Let's go. From the red clay roads where the lights play low, Lil Sean had faith even when the funds were low. Grandma sang hymns with a tear in her eye. Told him, baby, stay strong, the Most High gon' provide. Mama and stepdad holding on through the rain, turning life's hard pain into a lifelong game. He packed them dreams in a Navy duffel tight, but even in the ocean he still had to fight. Yeah, still had to fight. Yeah, he been down like Joe, rose like down, hands up high, still thanking the Most High. On the young, he lost some years, but he gave them back tenfold. Grace on the grind, that's a story well told. Yeah, restored again. Can I get an amen? Restored again. By the grace of the Most High, amen. Let's get it. Yeah, got out the service world, moving strange. Tried every hustle, but faith stayed the same. Folks laughed when he said he filmed his grind. Now 500,000 sold to his shine. From a cracked iPhone to a whole production. He ain't chase fame, he chase instruction. Every praise God coming to see that group. Prove that what the Most High start, the Most High will see through. Let's go, amen. Sometimes blessings take a long way home. Sometimes pain gotta make room for hope. Joe lost everything but never lost faith. Sean lost sleep but gained amazing grace. And the Lord restored Joe's fortunes when he prayed for his friends. And the Lord gave him twice as much as he had before. Job 42:10. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He been down like Joe, people roll like Joe. High, still thanking the Most High. On the young, he lost some years, but he gave them back tenfold. Grace on the grind, that's a story well told. Yeah, restored again. Can I get an amen? By the grace of God, amen. Now grandma smiling her golden years. Mama and stepdad wipe away them tears. What was broke is blessed, what was pain is peace. Oh, faith don't fold, multiply the feast. Hey. Yeah, restored again. Now that's a righteous perspective. Yeah, restored again.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to ARP in the morning. I am your brother Wiseman. I appreciate you guys pulling up this morning. I hope all is well. Grace and peace to each and every one of you guys, man. It's fine. Tuesday morning. We back at it again, man. Back like we never left. And before we get the show started, man, my girl, Renee Suzanne, I want to make sure that you guys remember to keep her lifted up in prayer today. I believe she's just going through surgery today. She's been dealing with some issues there. So let's make sure that we keep her lifted up in prayer and that she pulls through stronger than ever. You guys make sure y'all do that for me if you could. I really appreciate you guys. I also want to say thank you guys for pulling up this morning. If you have not hit the like button for me already, please remember to hit that like button. That is the only cost of admission when you pull up, to the show in the morning, is to hit the like button. And when you hit that like button, please let us know in the chat. Or if you're watching the replay, what number you were, please let me know. It really helps out the show. It really helps out the channel as well. Thank you guys very much. Excuse me. Shout out to Jay Wilcox for joining the ARP family. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. God bless you. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. As well as, I can't see that. I believe it's Sheila Whiteside. I believe that's it. I'm gonna have to put my readers on. Goodness gracious. Come on, YouTube. I need y'all to work with me here. But thank you very much for joining the ARP family as well. I appreciate you supporting what we're doing over here at ARP. Thank you very much. God bless you as well. Shout out to my brother Malachi with the $5 super chat. Says, wishing you all blessings from Grandma's Kitchen by the world's largest truck stop. Time to boogie woogie. Shout out to Malachi, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate you supporting the channel this morning. God bless you as well, man. Be safe out there on the road, brother. Thank you guys very much. And also want to show some love to Gerard Caswell as well with the $10 super chat. Says, I trusted in, relied on, and was confident in you, O Lord. I said, you are my God. My times are in your hands. Psalms chapter 31, verse 14 and 15. May, at Renee Suzanne, may the Lord look over you, grace and peace to all. Thank you, Gerard Caswell, man. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you guys very much, man. I appreciate you all. Shout out to B in the chat at 2 o'clock in the morning. Thank you, B, for pulling up. As always, I appreciate you, sister. Thank you very much. Shout out to Marla as well in the chat early. Shout out to Hunter coming through with the Bible verse this morning out of 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 11. It says, but you, man of God, flee from all of this and pursue righteousness, godliness, faith, love, endurance, and gentleness. Yes, Lord. Thank you, Hunter. Appreciate you. Shout out to Zephyr K9. Shout out to Lori Addison. Appreciate you. Y'all make sure y'all follow her instructions. Please let us know what number you are when you hit that like button. She said she was number 6 this morning. Shout out to you. Thank you, Lori. Appreciate you. We got Sonny Wright in the building. Shout out to you. What up, Omega? Grace and peace to you as well. We got Nanny in the building. Shout out to you. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. Thank you. What's up, Melissa? How you doing this morning? Aloha to you out there in Hawaii. What's up? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. You guys had a full-fledged conversation going on up in here this morning. I'm just, being nosy. What's up, Marcy Richards? How you doing this morning? Appreciate you pulling up. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. Thank you very much. What's up, Deborah Carver? How's it going this morning? Appreciate you pulling up. Who else we got up in here? What up, Ayon? How you doing? It's good to see you. I believe that is Lexi. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. Shout out to you. Appreciate you pulling up. We got Mitzi Room. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. I'm not exactly sure who this individual is, but thank you for pulling up this morning. Appreciate you. I can't read the name. What up, Chisaxi? Appreciate you pulling up this morning. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. All righty. We're going to get ready to get the show kicked off, man. Please hit the like button if you haven't done so already. Super chat, super thanks are greatly appreciated. If you'd like to support the channel in another way, obviously joining the ARP family is a great way to do so. Also, you can buy your brother a coffee. Cash App is in the description box as well. Shout out to Eric Plummer for always supporting the channel via Cash App. Thank you very much. And I believe this is this the Energizer Bunny 007? Thank you. Says shout out to my trucking brother. I passed through Detroit this morning. Might see the Iowa, is that I-80 truck stop on my way to SD later. I'm assuming that's South Dakota. Stopping in Kalamazoo first, though. Shout out to you, man. Be safe out there on the road, man. Traveling grace to you as well. Thank you guys very much, man. I appreciate you all. Thank y'all for supporting the channel this morning. What's up, Kiwan Lynette? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. All right. Kristen Knight says, is Anton calling his chat room 9? I don't know what that means, but okay, I'm gonna stay out of that. I don't think that was for me. What's up, Amber Young? Appreciate you pulling up this morning. We got DC Nordby. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. Man, I really need YouTube to get these names flipped back. I don't know what is going on. What's up, Queen Bee's Art Hive? Appreciate you pulling up this morning. Appreciate you. It's good to see you this morning. Shout out to Pipe Fitter Aaron with the $5 super chat. Says, first time watching live. Your content is great. Keep killing it, dude. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. Y'all make sure y'all show Pipe Fitter Aaron some love in the chat. First time in the building. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you. And he dropped the super chat. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate you. Okay, that's what's up. Shout out to Anton, man, doing his thing. Dude's a hustler, man. He be out here grinding. That dude be out here grinding, man. Seriously. Shout out to Queen Bee's Art Hive with the $2 super chat. Says, thank you all for the prayers yesterday. Love you all. That's awesome, man. That is awesome. Shout out to Malachi with the $5 super chat. Says, the Iowa 80 is where I'm at, Wise. For more clarity, room 9 is formerly after hours with Anton Daniels. Oh, okay. Got you. Okay. Okay. Thanks for the clarification on all aspects of that. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Okay. So he changed it from after hours to room 9. Okay. That's what's up. Good for him, man. Anton doing his thing, man. He doing his thing. But I definitely appreciate you guys pulling up, man. We're going to get the show kicked off. Like I said, if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button for me. That is the only cost of admission, you know, as my brother Van would say. Shout out to him. Shout out to LFR and the LFR family. Shout out to that brother. He's doing good things over there. We're going to get things kicked off, man. Like I said, hit the like button for me if you haven't done so already. Super chat, super thanks are greatly appreciated. I really appreciate you all supporting the channel. I thank you guys very much. And shout out to all my ARP family members, man. You know, whether you are a part of the actual membership itself or you just pull up, you are still a part of the ARP family, man. And I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you guys so much, you know, for supporting what we're doing over here. I appreciate it. Hey, Kiwan, my cousin did that song and sent it to me yesterday. I don't know if he's going to put it out anywhere else. I really don't know. But one of my favorite cousins pieced that together and he did it for me. Yeah, one of my favorite cousins put that song together. So, yeah, he did it and he did it for me. So shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. Appreciate that. Yeah, shout out to Linda B as well. You're absolutely right, Marla. Appreciate you. Thank you, Marla. Appreciate the love. Let's get the show kicked off.
The government shutdown is all about this rally that's happening this weekend, the No Kings rally?
No, I mean, some people say they want to delay it for that. A king. This is
more
not
than
a king. You know, they're referring to me as a king. I'm not a king.
Right. No, but just so that Chuck Schumer could go and say, I'm fighting Trump.
Yeah, well, Chuck is, you know, at the end of the line. He's being beaten by everybody that they poll against him. And, you know, what he did is he did the right thing a couple of years ago on something like this. And he got hurt by his party. And it doesn't, I don't think it matters to him. I think he's just so dead that he'll do anything. I think they could just stay out forever. I mean, to be honest with you. Now, what we're doing is we're cutting Democrat programs that we didn't want because, I mean, they made one mistake. They didn't realize that gives me the right to cut programs that Republicans never wanted. You know, giveaways, welfare programs, et cetera. And we're doing that, and we're cutting them permanently. We're cutting a $20 billion project that Schumer fought for 15 years to get, and I'm cutting the project. The project is going to be dead. It's pretty much dead right now.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The government shutdown has hit day 20. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it is now the third longest shutdown in U.S. history, and the drama keeps dragging on. The Senate just voted again to block reopening the government, making it the 11th time Democrats have shot down the GOP's clean funding bill. At this point, it's not about policy. This is just pure Trump derangement syndrome. Probably on 1,000 at this point, right? Democrats would rather punish their own citizens than give Trump a win. Meanwhile, the president is the only one stepping up, making sure that the troops still get paid while Washington continues to play games. My son's in the military, got his paycheck last week on the 15th, like clockwork. He was really happy about that. Not so happy about some other things. We'll get into that on another show, but he is happy that he was like, hey, we got paid, and I'm real happy about that.
You have the money to pay the troops on October 15th? Okay. How
I
is
actually have a man who is a very wealthy person, you'll know that when I tell you this, who called a donor, a great gentleman, and he said, if there's any money necessary, shortfall, for the paying of the troops, then I will pay it, meaning he will pay it. How about that? I said, look, we're not going to need it. We're going to take care of our troops. But this was a position that's being forced upon us by Democrats. And all they have to do is just...
This is huge, man. And it starts with taking care of our troops. Some of the lowest paid government employees out there, right? Those of you guys that serve in the military, especially our E1 through 3, goodness gracious, they're not making a lot of money. And most of them cannot afford to miss a paycheck. They just can't. E1 through E3, if they got a car note, hey, they're pretty much broke. Car note, insurance, that's it. Most of them are slap broke after that. They might have a little bit of spending money. So shout out to the president for finding a way to make sure that those young people get taken care of. I'm glad that it is something that the president decided was extremely important, which of course, that decision, that move sent Democrats into meltdown mode. But the real story isn't their outrage. It's really about the government shutdown. Democrats bet big that the shutdown would hurt Trump politically, just like in 2018, 2019. Back then, his approval rating, it dropped pretty fast, and it fueled their narrative. But this time around, it's totally different. The usual DC blame game, it's not working this time. Even CNN had to admit it. This shutdown isn't hurting the president at all. In fact, his approval ratings has gone up. But I will say this, the difference between this time and last time is that I think Mike Johnson and others within the Republican Party are doing a better job at messaging and getting the message out as to why the shutdown occurred this time. In comparison, I don't think a lot of people understood what was going on in 2018, 2019, when that 35-day shutdown happened. I don't think people really understood why it happened. And I don't think they did a good job at messaging. This time around, everybody knows why the government is shut down. Everybody knows why. So they can't hide it. And they can't lie about it either. You know what I'm saying? They've tried, but no one believes the lies anymore because we all know the truth. Hey, it's a good thing.
Trump shutdowns, net approval rating, we're talking 20 days into it. In 2018/2019, Donald Trump's net approval rating was already falling. The shutdown was eating into his popular support. It was down 3 points already at this particular point and would fall considerably more. It was very much on the decline. You come over to this side of the screen, this shutdown hasn't eaten into Donald Trump's support at all. His net approval rating is actually up a point. And
I also want to say this, mainstream media doesn't have the same type of pull, sway, or stronghold as they had back in the day. In 2018, 2019, mainstream media still had a lot of pull. That's not the case anymore.
in terms of his popular support. So the bottom line is this. The first shutdown during Trump's first term, 2018, 2019, was hurting Donald Trump. This one is not hurting him at all. There's no real reason Donald Trump might say, at least when it comes to popular support, I want to get out of this shutdown.
What about the question of blame?
Yeah, okay, what about the question of blame? Okay, you see here, you see Donald Trump's net approval rating was down 2018 to 2019. You talk about 2025 as net approval rating is up. It comes down to the blame game, a game I loved to play when I was younger. Blame Trump for the shutdown, a great deal. In 2018/2019, 61%, more than 3 in 5 Americans blame Trump, a great deal for that particular shutdown. You come over to this side of the screen, look at this. It's a different world. It's a different world. 48% of Americans blame Trump a great deal for this particular shutdown. So it's more than 3 in 5 back in 2018/2019. It's less than half, a drop of 13 points. Again, it's no real wonder that Donald Trump at this point, looking at the shutdown, says, you know what, it's not actually harming me politically, in large part because he's getting less of the blame.
And he's doing things differently during this shutdown.
Yes, exactly right. You know, we talk about Donald Trump and you say, okay, he wants to be a consequential, influential president. Well, if the legislative process is basically freezed up, you know, on Capitol Hill, you may say, well, then he can't actually get legislation through. But that's not how Trump is governing in this term. We've spoken about this over and over and over again. He's using his pen.
Hey, them executive orders are coming in handy right now. But during the 2018 through 2019 shutdown, Trump's approval rating, it dropped. And a lot of it has to do with the sway of mainstream media. A lot of it had to do with that. And a lot of it also had to do with the lack of messaging coming from the president as well as those in the Republican Party at that time. But this time around, things are different. The numbers are up and fewer than half Americans blame the president. And I would assume that out of the 48%, if they don't know what is going on, if you actually told them, hey, the reason why this thing is shut down is because Democrats want to do this. And I'm going to share, I'm going to share a clip or a photo, more or less, you know what I'm saying, of what the Democrats want in order to open up the federal government again. They are trying to recoup that USAID money. I do appreciate the fact that the voters, they see through the Democrat theater this time around. I know after the vote, Schumer got out there and tried to frame this as, oh, see, look, it's the president, it's Trump, it's Republicans, but people just aren't believing it anymore. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. And the voters, they see right through the Democrats' theater, and they know who's actually causing the chaos. They know it. Trump's still working, signing orders and leading while Democrats fight amongst themselves. And surprisingly, even ABC is starting to admit it. You know it's bad. When mainstream media is looking at the Democrat Party with the side eye, you know it's bad. You know it's bad.
The Democrats did not vote for the clean funding bill. They have chosen to shut the government down. The Democrats did not vote for the clean funding bill. They have chosen to shut the government down.
Yeah, you know it's bad when this is happening. I mean, this shutdown is different. I mean, CNN's own polling shows that voters aren't blaming the White House. They see the chaos is manufactured by Congress. The old media playbook, it doesn't work anymore. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that most people aren't watching the old guard media like that. Their numbers are in the toilet. Seriously. Their numbers are in the toilet. You have independent media platforms like Valuetainment and those guys over there, you know, Pat Bet Dave and those guys over there. They're doing better numbers than the old guard media. The numbers just came out for the quarter. I mean, Fox is whipping everybody's tail, but Valuetainment and those guys, they were 647 million views for the quarter. Higher than the CNN, higher than the MSDNCs of the world. The old media playbook, it's not working anymore. People compare clips, they fact check in real time, and they spot the contradictions. We live in a new world now. And not only do we live in a new world where the information is out there, we actually also live in a world where the people are willing to take that extra step and go do their own research. Democrats are on record saying, open the government first, negotiate later. During the 2018-2019 shutdown, now they want to leverage, they want to leverage that principle, right? And now it's like, hey, give us what we want, then we will open it up. I mean, the hypocrisy is destroying their credibility, and their voters, they see right through it. And the American people see right through it. And meanwhile, Trump isn't playing the old game anymore. He's governing through action, signing far more executive orders than in his first term and keeping his agenda moving while Congress stalls. I think the president at this point has a full understanding this time around of how to get his way in that office, even when Congress stalls, or, when you get, a lot of pushback from those on the other side of the aisle, and for that matter, some of the rhinos out there as well. He's figured this thing out. He's come back in with more knowledge this time around than he had the first time around. I believe the first time around, when he got in there, he didn't know what he didn't know. And he had the wrong people around him. He didn't really understand. He didn't have a full understanding of how the game works, because let's just keep it real. It is a game, and he didn't understand it, and he had the wrong team. He had 4 years to figure out where he went wrong at, make sure he builds a capable team, and the game plan that he had going in, it has been non-stop since day one. And the president understands that a frozen Capitol Hill doesn't hurt the president. It doesn't, especially if he knows how to move policy right on along. The last time around, most voters did blame the president. Most did. This time, fewer do, and that means less pressure to cave and less leverage for Democrats. Their urgency narrative collapse. It collapses, under its own double standards. And Americans are tired of the theatrics. They just want stability. Bills paid, job steady, normal life. And if the Trump keeps the government, functional through executive action, the shutdown, it loses its sting. And now, with Democrats dragging their feet, his team is starting to hit him where it hurts. Hey, I'm not mad at it.
Down is now the third longest in history. President Trump is turning to blue states to slash federal spending. The president's team announcing plans to freeze over $11 billion in projects for the Army Corps of Engineers in states largely run by Democratic governors. News Nation's Marcus Espinoza has more from New York City this morning. Hey there, Marcus. The White House is putting the blame squarely on Democrats for this funding freeze. What's the latest?
Hey, Anna, good morning. Yeah, and excuse the construction noise, literally feet from me. Here it is, New York City, after all. But this domino effect from the government shutdown continues to play out across the country, this time in the form of denying that money for these projects in several blue states. Russell Vought put out a tweet on X actually announcing this, and we'll see how much credibility this is going to have going forward here, saying, quote, the Democrat shutdown has drained the Army Corps of Engineers' ability to manage billions of dollars in projects. The Corps will immediately be pausing more than $11 billion in lower priority projects and considering them for cancellation. So New York alone, Anna, faces some $7 billion of projects being on that chopping block here, and it's something that it's not happening just in this particular state here, but in other states as well. Massachusetts also facing cuts as well because of this announcement here and effects of that government shutdown, and that includes $600 million in bridge projects as well for them. So it's reaching across multiple states and multiple cities that rely on this money here. The White House says this is temporary, but they haven't ruled out a formal cancellation on any of these projects either, Anna.
Yeah, so you heard that. Trump just froze $11 billion in Army Corps of engineer projects, mostly in Democrat-run states. New York alone is going to lose $7 billion in infrastructure funding. Massachusetts, they're going to lose hundreds of millions of dollars in bridge repairs. The White House says it's temporary, but let's be honest. This is what you would call leverage. And why not? I mean, Democrats have weaponized shutdowns for years, and now they're getting a taste of their own medicine. Now, they're out here crying to anybody that will listen. This is foul. But Trump's simply using the tools that they created. Congress controls the budget, but the executive can delay spending, and that's exactly what's happening here. It's a test of will. And so far, Democrats are losing the optics war. Even Bernie Sanders is taking heat. Bernie Sanders was on The View. Sarah Haynes asked him the obvious question. If you care so much about workers hurt by the shutdown, why not stop cashing your own daggone paychecks? And his response, his response didn't land too well. Let's just say that.
It's easier for the politicians in D.C. to go away from each other and say, we will win this while people are losing their paychecks. If Congress just said, we're not going to take our paychecks till we figure this out, that would be a noble step in the right direction. I would think
that's not everybody can afford to do. You got some young people there with kids there.
Either can the people that aren't getting paid, though.
I think
and
that's
there's
a fair
holdout.
point. I think that's a fair point.
You know it's bad. When The View is starting to push back, you know it's not a good look. You know it. The look on Bernie's face, when he starts doing this right here, trying to dismiss folks, when Haynes suggested that, hey, you should skip your paycheck. Hey, golden. And his excuse saying that not everyone in Congress can afford that. Really? Like some of the other Americans out there that are missing their paychecks, like they can afford it. Really? So basically he's saying, hey, I'm sorry, peasants, only you should feel the pain of our incompetence, not us. I know we caused this, but only the peons should feel the pain. And let's not forget, Bernie's a millionaire, multi-millionaire. And he could have led by example, pledging, hey, I'm not going to take a paycheck. But he didn't do that because it's all a game, man. And they don't actually care about workers missing checks. They don't care. It's the Democrats who have refused to pass a clean bill to reopen the government. And wait until you see what they're demanding in return. We've talked about this last week, but there are some people that are unfamiliar with what these people are asking for. Look at this. Democrats are demanding $1.5 trillion in new spending. Free health care for illegal immigrants. Free health care for illegal immigrants to reopen the daggone government. I mean, this is proof that their hatred for the president outweighs their concern for the American people. They'd rather see families struggle than let him win politically. Even if they got everything they wanted, it wouldn't save Schumer or Hakeem Jeffries. The far left base is already coming for him. They're already coming for him. And this shutdown is their last ditch effort to delay the inevitable. Because the Democrat Party, I would say they're losing control, but I believe that they have lost control of their party. Americans are losing patience and Trump's holding firm, and he should. I'm backing him in that endeavor. This might go down as one of the biggest political backfires in modern history. When you look at this list here, when you look at this, $200 billion in health care benefits for illegal immigrants, $4 million for global alphabet community awareness campaigns, $4 million for alphabet community democracy grants in the Balkans. Most Americans don't even know where the Balkans are. $2 million for feminist democratic principles on the continent of Africa. Huh? What does that mean? Feminist democratic principles in the continent of Africa. What the heck does that mean? Can someone answer that for me? Permanent COVID subsidies without reforms. This is insanity. These are some of the most fiscally irresponsible people in the country. You couldn't run a business the way these fools run the daggone government right now. How many of you guys know where the Balkans are? Who in the chat can tell us, can you tell us which continent the Balkans is on? How many of you guys know? I mean, this is insanity. And if you think about it, that USAID money that got snatched up, some of this stuff are things that they were funding in that USAID. Hardy said it's Southeast Europe, Southeastern Europe. Okay. Oh, man. Feminist democratic principles in Africa. Really? Really? We got people out here, we got veterans starving in the streets. We got people that really need some help. Democrats say that they are the party, for the working class, but they want to repeal the $50 billion for rural hospitals fund. They want that to go away. So you want to give $200 billion for healthcare for illegal aliens, but the people that live in the rural countries and rural areas in America, you want to take $50 billion away from them. Do y'all understand what's going on here, man? They're literally stealing from Americans and giving it to people that shouldn't be in our country. That's what these people want to do. These people are ridiculous, man. Seriously. They are ridiculous. So they want to take $50 billion away from rural hospitals, and we know they need the money. You can't hardly get people to work in some of these places. So yeah, they got to pay a little bit of a premium to get people to come and work in these places. But they want to take that money away from them, and they want to give it to illegal immigrants. It's ridiculous. But they're supposed to be the party for the people. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. They should be ashamed of themselves, man. But they're not. Shout out to Percy Andrews for the $2 super sticker. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. And shout out to that are taken. Hopefully I pronounced that properly. With the $5 super chat, says, if the left would just stop with all the drama and confusion, we would actually see our country move in a better direction for all. I would agree with that. But that's not their goal. Their goal is to fundamentally destroy the nation. Their goal isn't to push this nation, into a place of prosperity. They want to destroy it so they can rebuild it in some socialist, communist, way. Shout out to the Energizer Bunny here with the $10 super chat. Says, the truth of it is they're trying to line their pockets again and fill their bank accounts back up. We know this from Doge. Absolutely. That's exactly what that is. They're trying to recoup some of that USAID money back. Shout out to Keywan Lynette with the $5 super chat. Says, and why are the bills several hundred pages? The summary should be in memo form. You get no argument from me on that one, Keywan Lynette. I actually personally think that each bill, there shouldn't be these long, 100-page bills. Nah, y'all vote on each individual bill. Each individual bill. So the American people have an understanding of what's going on. Shout out to Queen Bee's Art Hive with the $2 super chat. Says, check out DJT on Soul Train. Young and can dance. Okay. Thank you for the $2 super chat. I want to keep it moving. Thank you guys for supporting the channel this morning. I appreciate you guys. Like I said, the super chats and super thanks are greatly appreciated. I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys very much. I want to keep it moving. In other related news, in just a couple of weeks, things are about to get real for millions of Americans who've been living off the government tea, or who's been living off of government assistance. Report says the SNAP benefits, also known as food stamps, could be shut off, and that's got people panicking. Let's get into it.
government telling states not to send out November SNAP benefits. Here's the email I just got from the USDA. So here's the letter that the USDA sent us. You can see it's dated for October 10th. That was last Friday. Why am I now getting it today, Wednesday, the 15th? Well, it's because I did a story on SNAP benefit changes that are coming November 1st. I did that story yesterday. They responded by sharing this memo with us today. Let's take a closer look at it. Let's look at the second paragraph. Considering the operational issues and constraints that exist in automated systems and in the interest of preserving maximum flexibility, we are forced to direct states to hold their November issuance.
Alrighty. For years, some folks have built their entire lives around government handouts instead of hard work. And that's people of all demographics, right? White, black, Hispanic, they're out there. But the gravy train's slowing down and panic is starting to set in. The divide between those who work and those who don't has never been clearer. Online, I mean, it's flat out chaos. People just got their EBT cards reloaded, yet they're already panicking about next month. Parents are posting videos saying they don't know how they're going to feed their kids, blaming the president or the government instead of making a plan. It's starting to expose a harsh truth. Too many people have been conditioned to depend and not to adapt. And that's a huge problem in this country. I think so many people, they've gotten used to the free ride. And they don't really understand what it means to adapt. But let's keep going.
Motherfucking orange man J. Trump. I'm gonna
Sorry about the language.
tell you just like this. What the fuck you mean?
It's TikTok.
Who ain't getting that goddamn food stamps in goddamn November? Cause I'm getting my goddamn shit. I don't know about the rest of you motherfuckers, but I'm getting my shit. Cause I'm gonna tell you just like this on Jesus Lamar motherfucking Christ. I will be at motherfucking Walmart with my steel toes on and my motherfucking helmet, and I dare
Sorry about the language.
a bitch try to stop me from walking out that motherfucking grocery. Baby, I'm 250 pounds solid. Baby, you want to see a human motherfucker, baby? Because that's what the fuck I'm gonna. If you think you gonna stop me from leaving out that goddamn store with my motherfucking groceries that I get every goddamn month, I ain't bothering no goddamn body, okay? Why the fuck is y'all bothering me and my goddamn food? I'm just so tired of his big back, bald head, cradle cap having ass. Shaped like a motherfucking penguin, any motherfucker way. Boris looking ass. I'm sick of him. Like, it's gonna be an episode of goddamn Snap.
Okay. I can't take much more of that. I'm sorry for the language. Let's clear something up. SNAP benefits really are delayed or frozen next month. If that does happen, if it does happen, it's the Democrats' shutdown mess that's creating the problem. But what's funny is watching how fast people twist the story. You got people out there warning that there's going to be boycotts, that there'll be, mass looting if food stamps stop. You got people willing to go to jail. You got people willing to go to jail.
I think the people are the only ones that's going to be losing out this little text message notification y'all sent about us not getting our November EBT. You guys are very mistaken. So this message is also for Walmart, Kroger, Albertson Companies, Publix, Audi, Costco, and Sam Clubs, and Target. Y'all know how you like to double up the prices for holidays and for the holiday items that people buy, like milk, eggs, and cheese? Because Kerrygold butter for the 4-pack at Costco is $20 and it's usually $10. Well, y'all won't be getting that money. But even worse, not only are y'all getting the SNAP money that you usually get every month, y'all gonna be taking losses because people are tired, baby. So it's finna get real cute. Not that I'm encouraging anything bad. I'm just telling you what it is, and y'all need to go on the internet, and people are not playing with none of you. So remember this, guys. Retailers count on holiday margins. Seasonal premium pricing means big revenue. If lower income shoppers can't buy, stores miss both volume and margin. Low income shoppers also drive frequency for every week purchases. So grocery stores, y'all better stand the fuck up.
Read that they're cutting off the SNAP benefits and started in Illinois, so it's pretty close. I'm pretty sure it's hitting other states and stuff like that. Luckily, mine's are grown because I feel how these other people feel. Believe me, it would have been by any means necessary to go up in them store and get mine. What's gonna happen is they gonna be going to these stores, looting, stealing. These people gonna be running out with 4 baskets of food. They gonna get their food. Let me get my list ready, because I know they ain't finna take some risks.
People are literally recording themselves, threatening chaos if their SNAP benefits stop. These folks make the police job easy. I would assume that if this is that, how many people are going to be live streaming as they go into the store and steal and loot? That's where we are in 2025, ladies and gentlemen. People are getting on the internet telling the masses that, hey, we're going to go commit some crimes. That's where we are in 2025. And let's be honest, the loudest voices are often those who've lived out the system the longest. This isn't about lacking compassion. This isn't about the elderly or the disabled, and the families in real need. I believe those people do deserve help. Now, if this is to happen, you do have your food banks out there. There's a lot of them out there. I know there's a lot of farms out there that give away produce, on a month-to-month basis. I would assume that, there are some good people out there. I would assume that there are some good, quote unquote, liberal folks out there that would be willing to donate money or donate food to the food banks and things of that nature to help these people who are going to find themselves in need. Again, I do think that we need to help the families that are in real need, our elderly, our disabled folks. We need to help them. But for able-bodied adults who have turned welfare into a lifestyle, this should be a wake-up call to go get a job or figure out a way to get some money. Seriously, there are entirely too many ways to earn a paycheck and earn some money these days. If you got a van or have a truck, there's a lot of ways. But social media is full of panic. People clearing shelves, grocery stores bracing for thefts. And it's not even November yet. I mean, granted fact, we're close. We're about 10 days away. But when people fear losing food, rational thoughts disappear. Theft rises, prices follow, and working families pay the price. This isn't just about food stamps. It's about a culture that's replaced self-reliance with dependency. And that's a lot of the reason why, a Mondani can lead and win the Democratic primary in a place like New York, because you have a lot of folks up there that are saying the government owes us something. I deserve something. And you got to do a snake oil salesman, or as someone said, on the panel the other day, just a snake has said, hey, we're going to give you free stuff. But if SNAP gets frozen, don't blame Trump. It's not his fault. Blame the Democrats who caused the shutdown. And to those threatening to loot, stop waiting for the government to feed you. It's time to take responsibility and earn your own way. Like so many of us out here. Seriously. And those that, you got your SNAP benefits right now, sounds like you need to go get you a 15, one of them 10 or 15 pound bags of rice. You need to go get some big bags of beans, things of that nature. Nothing wrong with it. Shout out to LJ with the $5 super chat. Says, get a man or get a job. Several holiday seasonal positions opening, ma'am. Yeah, cover your chest. Oh, Lord. Hey, the lack of modesty that you see on TikTok is outrageous. The lack of modesty and the uncouthness, the language of some of these people. I almost feel like, on TikTok, you have to drop F-bombs to be on that platform over there. Shout out to LJ with the $5 super chat. Says, what's crazy is 80% of the people taking the food stamps or taking the food from the food banks during the holidays already get food stamps. It will be a different vibe this year. Yeah, potentially. LJ said, get a man or get a job. Yeesh. Yeah, well, you have a lot of women out there that tell you, hey, I don't need no man. I got this. I can do this by myself. Nanny, I'm with you. A man that will not work, will not eat, does not deserve to eat. Simple as that. I got to go back to LJ. She's like, get a man or get a job. Yeah. When you have marriage rates at 50%, in the Black community, it's, I guess a little under 30%. Yeah, there's some changes that need to happen, man. We're not supposed to be out here by ourselves. We're not. And unfortunately, we have entirely too many women, out here uncovered with no help. But then you got a lot of them on the internet saying that they're not even willing to go 50-50, with a man. But I'm like, if you're struggling by yourself, that, you add an additional income. Hey. I don't know. What do I know? What do I know? Last but not least, man, I want to get into this real quick. There's some big news coming out of the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals that came out last night. Not sure if you guys are familiar, but I want you guys to check this out.
Tonight, a huge win for President Trump and his crackdown on crime. A divided U.S. appeals court has ruled the president can send National Guard troops into Portland, Oregon, despite objections by the leaders of the city and the state. Correspondent David Spunt tells us what this means tonight. Good evening, David.
Brett, good evening. This was a split 2-1 decision in favor of allowing President Trump to send the National Guard to Portland, Oregon. It overturns a lower court ruling that blocked the administration from doing so. The two judges ruling in favor of the president were appointed by President Trump during his first term in office. The majority writes that the president lawfully exercised his authority, which, quote, authorizes the federalization of the National Guard when the president is unable with the regular forces to execute the laws of the United States, end quote. Now, the lone dissent came from a President Bill Clinton appointed judge. Susan Grabber wrote, given Portland protesters well-known penchant for wearing chicken suits, inflatable frog costumes, or nothing at all when expressing their disagreement with the methods employed by ICE, observers may be tempted to rule the majority's ruling, which accepts the government's characterization of Portland as a war zone, as merely absurd. Now, Brett, this ruling falls in line with another Ninth Circuit ruling that allowed the California National Guard to patrol Los Angeles over the summer. President Trump called up the National Guard in Portland at the end of last month. City and state leadership, including the Democratic mayor and 2 Democratic senators and governors, say the National Guard there is just simply not needed. Now, the troops can patrol Portland, though it's expected the state will appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court for a firm final ruling. Meanwhile, the Trump administration has already asked the Supreme Court to get involved after a judge in Illinois put a stop to National Guard troops in Chicago.
Alrighty, so a 3-judge panel has sided with the president, clearing the way for the National Guard to go out into the purge-filled streets of Portland. It's a mess out there, man. You look at Portland at night, it looks like the purge. The ruling overturns an earlier order blocking about 200 soldiers from entering the city, a major turning point given Portland's recent unrest. I mean, they've literally been protesting and acting a fool for what, going on 4 months now? The flashpoint remains the ICE facility where protests have repeatedly escalated into violent clashes. We've watched them on this channel. Reporters on the ground describe tear gas, crowd control munitions, and direct confrontations between demonstrators and federal agents as tensions intensified. It's crazy. It is crazy out there.
Van Hernandez standing in front of the Portland ICE facility that has been the epicenter of a lot of the attacks happening on DHS agents here in Portland. Now, there's been an occupation by Antifa going on in this area for over 30 days at this point. And I experienced a little bit of what that entailed last night. And DHS agents actually had to take fellow journalist Katie Davis-Court and I into the facility because these Antifa members were getting so violent. We'll get back to that in a moment. But just to give you guys an idea of what this facility looks like, the entire building has been graffitied with messages such as "Kill ICE, the only good cop is a dead cop," and "Kill Trump." So the entire area is filled with threats. On top of that, the ICE agents in this area have been having their photos printed, and then Antifa will put their full names and their addresses on these flyers, post them either in the neighborhoods or throughout the city to try and encourage violence against these agents. So that's one aspect of what's been going on over here. Now, we know there's been a 700% uptick in assaults on ICE agents across the nation. So this is an example of one of the ways that this has been happening. On July 4th, for example, Antifa attacked this facility and they took down the American flag at this location. They burned it. They've also been damaging the sprinkler system out here. They've cut the internet lines. They have been throwing fireworks at ICE agents, rocks, utilizing lasers to try to blind them. They've also been using long-range audio devices to simply utilize noise to annoy the agents. This has also really negatively impacted the residents who live in this area.
Yeah. But they said that it's not bad. This isn't bad. What's happening out in Portland is it's just chaos. And Portland's chaos has escalated from protests to organized effort targeting federal facilities. And that's why this latest ruling matters. The Ninth Circuit basically said that the president was within his authority to deploy the National Guard when local leaders refused to maintain order. I mean, it was a 2-to-1 split, but the message was clear. Courts don't want to micromanage national security decisions backed by evidence. In Chicago, a similar situation is unfolding with Antifa-linked groups attacking ICE offices. The difference here, though, is that local police there are at least making some arrests, which could sway future court rulings. If cities do their jobs, federal intervention, it's harder to justify. But if they don't, the president has legal ground to act. Democrats are furious, left-leaning judges are scrambling, and the media, especially MSDNC, completely melted down over this decision. Completely melted down. These are some sick individuals that they want to allow this foolishness to continue. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't.
And then explain why functionally it is the same. This is a stay of Judge Immergut's opinion, and that's why it reached the Ninth Circuit as soon as it did, because this is an emergency motion to essentially pause her order. But as a functional matter, you are absolutely correct. It has the function of overturning her order and thereby allowing the president to send the National Guard back onto the streets of Portland. And Katie, I want to read, if I can, just from a little bit of the beginning of this 93-page opinion. It says, after considering the record, and by the record they mean all the factual evidence at this preliminary stage, we conclude that it is likely that the president lawfully exercised his statutory authority under 10 U.S.C. Section 12406. That's the statute we've been referring to as Title 10 when we have conversations about the National Guard deployments, which authorizes the federalization of the National Guard when the president is unable with the regular forces to execute the laws of the United States. And this is the important part. The evidence the president relied on reflects, quote, a colorable assessment of the facts and law within a range of honest judgment. We thus conclude that defendants are likely to succeed on the merits of their appeal, basically saying that when and if a court considers all of the record in this matter is tried and it gets back to an appellate court through an ordinary process where they have full briefing and full evidence, that they still think Donald Trump is likely to prevail there because he has the discretion to determine as the president within a range of honest judgment when it is reasonable to deploy the guard.
You and I were talking about last week. When you get into the slippery slope of discretion, when you start ruling when a president can do something that he has the power to do, then you start potentially handcuffing a president of the United States.
So this lady is upset. She is furious because the courts are finally stepping back and letting the president do his job, protect American lives. Really? The Ninth Circuit just issued a stay, pausing the lower court's block and allowing Trump to federalize the National Guard. The judges ruled that he likely acted within his lawful authority under Title 10, which gives the president power to step in when local law enforcement fails to enforce federal law. And in plain terms, he had the evidence, the discretion, and the right to act. That's huge. And it confirms that the president, not activist judges or mayors, decides when a situation becomes too dangerous for regular police to handle. Portland officials refused to intervene while rioters attacked ICE agents and destroyed federal property, making federal law enforcement involvement inevitable. The media calls it overreach, but it's exactly what presidential authority is designed for, restoring order when chaos reigns. And what really burns the left is that their own activists handed Trump the justification. Their violence gave him legal cover, and now the courts are siding with them. So yes, the president just scored another major win. The Ninth Circuit Court effectively said the president can deploy the guard. Law and order are back on the table, and the left has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, this shouldn't even be, I don't even understand why this was blocked by the courts, other than the fact that they really want American cities to just, burn down. They really want it. I just don't understand these people. I don't understand the mayor of Portland. I don't understand the police chief. How do you sit back and just say, hey man, we're not going to do anything? How does this happen, man? I just don't get it. And for the life of me, I don't understand why anyone would want to live in a place like that. Seriously. I don't get it. Makes absolutely no sense. But that's all I have for you guys today, man. I appreciate you all pulling up. I'm not sure exactly where we are with the likes, but if you haven't hit the like button, please remember to do so on your way out the building. Shout out to all my blues. Shout out to you guys. Nanny, Lori Addison, B, Dion, LJ, Queen Bee's Art High, Brett Montgomery, T.A. Caskey. Shout out to you guys, man. Thank you guys very much for keeping things peaceful in the chat. Shout out to all my ARP family members. Thank you guys very much. And shout out to the new ARP family members, man. Shout out to you guys for joining the ARP family and supporting what we're doing over here. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you guys very much. Do follow Nanny's instructions and hit that like button on the way out the building. And that is today's show. Appreciate you guys, man. Thank you guys very much for pulling up. Lord willing, we'll be back at this thing tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Lord willing, this is where we'll be. And appreciate you guys, man. You guys stay safe. Enjoy today. Enjoy it. And Lord willing, like I said, we'll be back at it again tomorrow. And be on the lookout, man. Tomorrow evening, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we got the evening panel show. So be on the lookout for that. I'll have that scheduled today, and be on the lookout for that, man. Thank you guys, man. I appreciate you guys pulling up this morning, man. God bless each and every one of you guys. Grace and peace to you all. And as always, man, keep God first. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you all next time, man. Shout out to Kiwan Lynette with the $5 super chat. Said, would you bring your Leo friends on the panel with other Leo to discuss the current state of law enforcement from their point of view? I don't see how they still do it. I'll have to ask. I don't know if they want to be on camera, because one of my friends, my guy that's in Atlanta, he doesn't want to be on camera at all. I've actually asked him if he wanted to come on, and yeah, he's not interested in doing so. But I'm almost for certain I probably could find some Leos out there that would be interested, as well. Hey, B, tomorrow's show, we're gonna start at 9 opposed to 8:30. So we're just gonna push it back 30 minutes, and we'll go from 9 to 11 p.m. in the evening. That is the plan. So appreciate you guys, man. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate you all pulling up, man. Keep God first. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you all next time, man. You guys take care, man. Peace.
Vibes so raw, can't hide the truth.